Mission start.
Well, hopefully this doesn't break this time. Where is it? Oh, that's a new thing. Just die already, you fat lard. Where'd you go? God, I still hate the navigation controls when it comes to combat, just in general too. Just so all over the place. It relies on frickin' tank controls for operating and steering, which is so annoying. Oh, that actually did a decent amount of damage. I didn't expect it to do that much. I'm just gonna keep flying around like a dumbass. Just a claw. Stop jumping, you fat piece of shit! Okay, you definitely can't take much. Oh, that's a mad unit. Never mind. Is it over here now? Oh, it's one of the data posts. Wait, I have to search the immediate vicinity. I can't just touch this. It's kind of right here, I'm guessing, right? Yep. Okay. Oh, that's how it works. It orientates with the camera. Okay. Yeah, I never discovered that. I didn't realize that till just now. Wow. Read a point and guess something really close by. Right down. Yep, there it is. Come snag it. I'll just come back over here so you can do that. one more, probably over that direction. Oh, then all wrong. Okay, so that is something that happens on death. Yes. I wanted to target this one, and I totally wasn't trying to target the enemy that was literally right next to my goddamn right. Okay, you're dead, so all that's left is you. I guess I was right that I had to go over this way. What's gonna be, what would this one be? Down here? Oh, we found it. Wait, no, it just reacted to me. Looking. Too bad this camera is a freaking ass with trying to look around. Thanks for flinging me in the water, game. I appreciate it. Yay. Hi. I don't get one. There it is. I was wondering if it was right there. I wasn't sure. Almost flung me into the water again. Alright, now what? In the Quark area. Oh, that is a new variant. I didn't even realize that. That explains why I was doing that. Oh, that was just a manual making noise. also should be nearby. Like in a blind spot again! There it is. Yes, retrieve it, you little pain in the ass. I hate you so much. Let us go. Hi, Cyclops! Oh. Maybe that's one of their leaders. What? Is it just me, or is that unit bigger? Too bad I can't have a big-ass unit like that. I'd love to have one. Where'd he go? There he is. I am really disappointed with this fight so far. Am I locked onto him? No, I'm not looking at you! Stop looking at the freaking munchkin! Barely does anything to the armor. This is a very lackluster and disappointing fight. Well, that at least finished this off faster, so that's nice. And all the other units? Yep, they all just shut down and died.
Mission clear.
Sorry, Commander, I must get better at me. Mission completed. But the mad unit, I feel bad for something that cute. Ah, what? Whatever. Okay. Shitty payout. Okay. The same ceiling light, the same couch, the same familiar scent of tea. You're back in the base with no sense of urgency. Once again, missions have been on the slow side and no large-scale incidents have happened at all. In fact, you can't remember how long it was since the last one anymore. Interesting. What just happened? Like, how long ago was that? Not only the missions that are classified as challenges that I still have to do. Commander, you've been neglecting your daily training for a few days now. Did anything happen? You turn to look at your assistant, operator, handler, and everything else anybody in the base called her. What? Holding 2 cups of freshly brewed tea in her hand, she put one down on the side table, which used to be just a box that the others were too lazy to build into a table. Oh. Well, it's good that everything is calm right now. It's better to always be prepared for the worst, you know. It doesn't give people don't give me that reason that your muscles sore for days after exercising. We have supplements and accelerated recovery process since years ago, Commander. Oh, don't worry, Rhiannon. The Commander will be stretching their arms and legs now. Oh boy, what are we doing? The door on the opposite side of the room opened, revealing Rhiannon and Quinn. They're both walked in, prompting Rhiannon to ask if they wanted tea as well, to which Quinn nodded and took a seat in the resting area. Ellen, on the other hand, walked up and threw her information tablet at you. Okay. You picked it up, saw some digital readings and paragraphs your brain refused to comprehend. Wow. With all the scientific terms, you little pissant. Learn to increase your vocabulary, you little bitch. Numerals and old ancient letters to signify more calculations and variables. God damn it, my dyslexia just loves kicking my ass. Well, we compared the data you got us, analyzed them, and then hit a wall. Frustratingly, of course, Quinn tried her best. Wow, you making that sound like she's inferior to you, like an insignificant little whelp you are. A small thud could be heard from a mini table where Quinn had just seated. Okay. We weren't able to fully understand the data given to us. There are too many places around the red zone that might be where our enemies are hiding, but we can't pinpoint it due to fluctuations and movements. Which honestly is a very damn strange situation, knowing how diligent the short-lived void particles are, but maybe that's because how red zones filled with the void particles work. It's too much for us with only the knowledge we are provided with. Quinn or Carl worked hands on the void particles or observed them on hands-on. So what's our next stop? Do we have another opportunity or find someone who can help us? But what would be different, right? The person may either be a renowned void particle researcher or someone who is direct apprentice of those people. What? Whatever. Well, I actually knew someone who could do that for us. It's really difficult to get in touch with them, and they're as much of a free spirit, aggressive, and unwilling to negotiate. Even to my standards, though. The only reason they took a liking to me and helped me before was because of the methods I used in greeting them. Huh. Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, 2 birds of a feather flock together. But we don't have a choice. We need to be ahead of everyone else, especially the Cyclops. You face them up there. They know that we're on their trail for sure. They aren't some smooth-brain, all-brawn guys, even if they dress that ridiculously. Why the hell is brain dead stigmatized at this point, incompetent slang that dumbasses come up with in this modern age being used? Why? That is such an idiotic... you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna leave it before I get pissed off at that. That sounded like we needed to act immediately, but aren't there any other ways to solve that wouldn't take much time? Like, can't we file it officially as a mission instead of trying to do everything ourselves? Including the illegal transportation into a mentioned area. Nice. Because we can't wait for the WDF to do it. Remember when I told you my family never had a fruitful results in our requests and to investigate with the matters of our convoy? I suspect there are a few insiders planted in the WDF for the Cyclops. I wouldn't be surprised if the WDF itself is secretly funding the Cyclops. Whatever. I had years to think about it. With all the available technology we have, surveillance and manpower to take them down, why haven't we been able to catch them already? Exactly my point. That's why I said the WF is probably secretly supporting them. You've read all mission descriptions and the paperwork, right? Then let me ask you, dear Rhiannon, why haven't incidents like ours during the damn mission get mentioned in what you read? If there is a possibility of facing these terrorists, we'd be sure to read about them somewhere already, right? But no, it's never mentioned. I have used all I can, connections, money, everything, to read through a lot of the mission reports in their archives. Nothing at all is mentioned about the Cyclops. It's quite strange, isn't it? Well, there have been minor incidents between M.A.S.S pilots and PMCs here and there, but nothing specific. That's certainly strange indeed, right? So once again, we have to take matters into our own hands. This data will surely be able to help us to our final goal. You mean your goal. For now, I'll be in touch with my old friend. You guys kill some time and talk with the end of a few minutes. Talk will end in a few minutes if they answer my calls. Okay. So, with that closing, Ellen turned around, pulled out a small communication device, and walked towards the briefing room. Before long, you heard the lock clicking together. Looks like this is an important private call. Sure. You start to wonder who the old friend of hers is. Yeah, I guess that would be a good question. I'm not really curious to find out who they are, but who knows. It took only 10 minutes, just as Evelyn said. Yeah, she said a few minutes, not 10 minutes. Whatever. Before she opened the doors to the briefing room, she looked calm, but the sweat on her face told you otherwise. Yeah. But you refrained from telling her how much it shows, even when she's smiling. You and Rianne accepted her invitation into the room. You took a seat where you always do while Rianne settles at her desk. So, good news, my old friend will help us out. The bad news is, I was forced to tell them how we got everything done, and they wanted possession of the eye just to perform more thorough research on it, but they are not someone to leak secrets, so no worries. Yeah, sure. I don't trust that whatsoever, but that's like the only lead we got towards the Cyclops. Yep. True, but if we get to know where those bastards are, the lead will have had already performed its job. Can we really trust this friend of yours to unravel the mysteries of the data that we have? Are we really sure we got this? Well, I can't say who they are. I can say they are one of humanity's best friends and will do anything for humanity's survival, albeit being an rule breaker. Okay, I'll trust your decision then. I don't. Miss Thunder of Crimson Lance. Oi! Don't use that tone with me. I'll tell you this is a very sound decision that is most beneficial for us. Yeah, you act on a whim. I'm pretty sure it's not. I wouldn't be surprised if it bites us in the ass. Well, what would you have us do for you then? Okay, right. In the gist of the mission, I'll call it a mission. Oh boy, my friend here, as I mentioned, requests the transfer of possession of the eye. They'll be receiving it in a certain research platform in the Pacific Ocean. Stop right there. A research platform out in the ocean? Isn't that kind of place also a highly guarded place with constant surveillance? How are we delivering our items to your friend of yours without anyone knowing? Let's just say this old friend of mine has special authorizations that not even the higher-ups of the WDF want to meddle with. Interesting. Check your ledger. The mission has already been posted straight to us. Interesting. Looking down at her desk, Rianne noticed a new mission request and had just popped up. She tapped on it lightly, bringing the information up on her desk and also duplicating it into the big screen for our viewing. Isn't this that's why I said they're an old friend. I thought you meant that it's a friend you knew from a long time ago, not someone as old and important as this person. How in the world did you get to know him in the first place, even? Yeah, that's actually a good question. If this is a very important, like, what, are they one of the founders who have been basically sustaining their life with machinery and stuff like that to try and be immortal? You looked at the large screen on the side of the room. It reads Dr. Kazuya Marikima, the creator of the Void Cancer and one of the survivors of saviors of humankind. Apparently, through Ellen, one of the most important persons in the world currently, had just given us a mission. The phrase wouldn't work, It's an embarrassing story, so I'd rather not tell you about it. Okay. Here, this is not just pulling a leg and an arm. This is throwing your whole body across the line already. Personal request by one of the most important people alive, and we're handing something dangerous. What if we mishandle the eye, or it suddenly activated? Hey, we took all precautions to make sure the thing wouldn't activate already. Also, when I told him about the eye, he was one He was the one that said he wouldn't do anything for us unless we hand it to him. Yeah, that's blackmail, basically. Well, not blackmail, just refusing to help unless they get what they want. It seems the catfight would continue if left alone, so you're resolved to the best method possible, accepting the mission and putting all information on the large screen, flushing it from the gray document into vivid colors that might have briefly blinded the girls. It was effective and both glared at you after a flinch. Okay, you monsters. Oh, shut up. What if these beautiful eyes go blind? You're truly an insensitive one, a true enemy of one deserving praise like me. Fuck you, You know what? Fuck you. Just fuck you. But, well, you did actually stop Rianne from choking me, so thanks! Ha! Wow! You are such an indignatious, patronizing hypocrite. Wow. Now, Rianne, can we talk like civilized human? What? You have no right to talk. You're just as rude and indecent as her in that capacity. Though, I mean, it's kind of fair if you get her so pissed off to the point she wants to choke you. Obviously, you're being insensitive enough to deserve it. Whatever. While we have time, I want to drill out every information we have into both of your heads so we can perform the mission with zero chance of failure. Ellen will not wait for any answers at this point. Straight on the screen. As you two know, Dr. Kazu is one of the creators of the Void Canceller and one of the busiest persons in the world. People. Whatever. He won't spare any second of something he isn't interested in, and his location is always kept a secret. Apparently not anymore, which means he's interested in our findings and has sent us a location we can meet up with him, which is in the Pacific research platforms where he's doing some kind of research. I'm not keen on prying into what I don't need to know. The research platform used to be an offshore base of some sorts, but it's been retrofitted to be a research platform for special occasions. It's a totally dangerous place to be, so it's unused most of the time. Not for this reckless Dr. Kayua. I keep forgetting how to say his damn name. Though he said he had something to do there. Kazuha, I think. And when they say totally, do they mean like totaled or like it's abandoned, like it's derelict or something and it's falling apart? Or what? So, we'll swoop in, put the eye in the designated place, and quickly get out before we get caught in some dangerous shenanigans of Dr. Kazuha. What do kids say? 15 minutes, get in, get out. I'm sorry. Also, you are a kid. Don't tell me you're in your 30s. Kiss my ass, you're in your 30s. Okay. Oh, why is there more fucking talking? Oh! By the way, Commander, I found an interesting mission listed by the WDF board. It's a regular checkup at the crater far to the west of the world. Okay. Oh, that one I told you about that we could produce lots of funds from? Procure? Yes, the WDF mentioned sudden spikes, both up and down the void particles. What? Both up and down of void particles. Oh, you mean so just rapid fluctuations? Okay. Okay, but never found out what's causing these spikes, and they weren't able to capture anything on their monitors, and the crater isn't a place of importance. Kind of is if it has these abnormal spikes all of a sudden. Now we'd be the first to take this mission after the spike observations, so they'd be paying for this mission much more than the regular visits. If we have time, we should check it out. Okay, so it's another hunt. Okay. So, campaign, this. Okay, so challenges and that. Joyous occasions. This is such a fucking headache.